Good morning, and thank you for being here for the Hedge Investment Credit Fund a monthly update for the month of September. September was quite a good month, up around 1.5%. A variety of contributors on the special situation side. Telecom Italia is been performing quite strongly. There's new investors coming in, but also, as we know, the calendar now has a lot of upside in terms of events. We'll have the sale of Sparkle to the government and another private equity guy. And then secondly, we'll probably have another billion coming from the government in terms of fees being returned effectively to the company after a very long litigation. And then eventually we should see some sort of movements from KKR on merging with Open Fiber, which is effectively quite a distressed company now, but that should trigger the earn-out for Telecom Italia. So we quite like it, still a lot of upside. We have still a position on that, and we think it's quite floor now. Away from that, we still enjoying Oi Brazil a kind of repricing. We have a decent chunk of subordinated bonds, small position in terms of AUM, in terms of NAV, but lots of upside. Company is delivering on all the points of the restructuring plan, and we think there is a lot of upside going forward into the next year or so. Away from that, the overall portfolio has performed quite okay. We position on some NLG names, especially on the high yield side. We think the confrontation in the Middle East is very likely to be escalated and deteriorate, and eventually will affect the oil. We think too many players are interested in the oil price to go up from Russia to the Saudi. We also think that Netanyahu has a relatively strong hand given the electoral calendar, and we think the real objective here is Iran. So I think it's very likely we see an escalation that would have a major impact on everything else, starting from oil price, then inflation, then monetary policy, and then fixed income. Because of that, we reduced tactically a little bit our kind of fixed income exposure and credit, and we have a few edges. But having said that, we're still very positive on fixed income. We think next year is going to be a big AI deflationary kind of year. And we just waiting now for the best entry point. We're waiting for Middle East to be resolved, which unfortunately we think is going to get worse before it gets better. And then secondly, the election in US, which again, the main risk for us short term is it's going to be a lot of uncertainty, but then secondly, we are most likely to see an expansion in terms of deficit and government expenditure, especially if Kamala Harris is winning as we do expect. So overall, quite cautious on the macro side. As we said, we reduced Ukraine completely. We have some position in Argentina, but again, we took some profit there for risk management. Overall, we turned to be very liquid, very agile. Quite concerned on the market overall, so with a more pronounced short kind of position, especially after the all-time high we reached in many asset classes. Thank you.